Okay, so we're here in this outfitting shop and we've decided to hike the Narrows tomorrow because planning it. Yeah, because planning ahead is overrated. That's why. Trenton, it's January. Would you like to go through a cold river tomorrow?
Hey, the month doesn't matter. I would love to.
The month doesn't matter.
The month totally matters.
Okay. I don't know if we can see anything that's happening here, but we're doing in-car costume change. We have been in the parking lot of the Narrows for
an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, dozing.
Most of us.
Yeah, we got up at like 5:30, or left the hotel around 5:30. We were in this parking spot at 6 a.m. The parking lot was full by 6:30, and we've all been sitting here in our cars, and now we are putting on our awesome dry suits, which we rented, and I'll show you a better shot of.
But it's wide enough to go on a hike.
These guys got more sleep than I got, I think. They're too cheerful. It's like 8 o'clock and we were going to do Angel's Landing, and we talked about it, and yesterday we went on a little walk in this area and saw people going into the Narrows wearing all of this dry gear. Here, there you
stylish.
go. Everybody has on their dry gear. And so we said, you know what, we've done Angel's Landing before. We are going to go hike the Narrows. If you're not familiar with the Narrows, well, you're gonna see all about the Narrows. As I said 6 times yesterday,
It's January.
It's January.
I have my hat.
Okay.
I'm ready. My gloves.
She has winter mittens on. There's different opinions on how much we're gonna need this
Again,
stuff.
temperature tolerance.
Yeah. These guys over here feel like they don't need as much, but I have 4 shirts on. So.
I have on 3.
Okay, so yeah, we're trying to be warm.
Yep.
But this will be awesome, amazing views. But if you get a permit, you can start at the very top of this canyon. And how long is that hike?
It's like 12
12 miles or something. We're starting from the bottom up, and so we're doing out and back.
And so 8.
You don't need a permit. And so, yeah, round trip, we're gonna be 6 to 8,
Yep.
depending on how far we go. And we
Yes.
haven't done it, so we'll figure it out as we go. Awesome. What does the herd look like in our dry suits? Wow, someone's being really lazy with their walking stick there. Taryn, you're looking pretty stylish.
Oh, you're okay.
Heather has her Mickey hat. I don't know, mini hat. Did you already step in the water, Taryn? Yep. And what was your initial impression?
It's weird.
Why is it weird?
Because when it gets over your boots, it goes into your foot, but your foot doesn't get very cold.
Ah, so you have neoprene socks, basically wetsuit socks. And so the water goes in the boots and around those socks, but you're saying you're not too cold in there?
Nope.
Okay, that's a good
And
sign.
I can feel like bubbles of water. It's weird.
Yeah, weird. Okay, so we're finding ice chunks in the water. Not that that should hurt my feelings too much, but Taryn, so head to the shore. You want to hike in the dirt as much as possible. But yeah, every few minutes I feel a chunk of ice hit my foot. And here we go. They're so weird. Watch where you step. Don't go in the drink. Floating ice chunks, there we go. Yeah, they said this water is probably about 38 degrees. And I believe them. You know, somewhere along here, my wife became an outdoorsy adventurer. I don't know what happened. And Taryn takes a break on the first rock she finds. Wow. Nice. If you're wondering if it's cold, there's still ice right up there above us on these ledges. That's probably what's falling down in the water, actually. But the water's weeping out of those rocks. Getting up into a narrow but slow part looking. Why is that? because it gets deep up here. I'll admit, I didn't know how deep we were going. So here we go. Got Heather
Swimming in the ice.
doing the back bend in the water. She could take a step back, but let's not.
Ready? This is it. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, it's gotten shallower and quicker. Did you do that just because I had the camera on?
No.
That is awesome. That's all right. Keep going. There you go. Good job, Taryn. How you feeling so far?
Good. This is fun. Very, I would say, very strenuous. Definitely matches the difficult rating on the height scale.
Yeah, it's not physically strenuous. It's just there's a lot of obstacles that you have to work around.
Yeah.
Tricky. So
They're
you're
not going to
hiking-
give you the strenuous very
well,
easy.
You're hiking pretty slow.
Yes, you're hiking very
You have
slow.
to go slow. Yes.
How do you feel about that, Taryn? Is it strenuous?
I don't know what that is.
Really, really hard?
No.
Really hard?
No.
Somewhat hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Taryn says somewhat hard. We're going back into the water. This is fun. We're all enjoying it.
Check that out. It's almost up to our waist. Oh, there goes Mom. Gets pretty deep right here. Don't fall in, Maddie. Nice. Picture time.
What are you two doing? Wow, you put some kids in a canyon and that's what you get. Wow.
Should I do it again?
No. What kind of music would you put behind this video?
Peabod, every single time.
Oh boy. He doesn't care. If he goes backwards into the water.
This is where Trenton died.
Yeah. He's a hobbit.
Really?
He has a hobbit hole.
No.
Should I jump in? Well,
We got a cat, we got a cat.
he had your glove, right? Yeah. Not excited about his adventure over there. Oh yeah. Come on, white balance. Bring it home. There you are. Oh, everyone's got a hobbit hole now. and we're improvising stick fights. I left you alone too long. Sometimes you just gotta stop and look up. And there's the blue, blue sky. And then here's the red rocks.
Isn't this the picture they always have?
This is one of the pictures probably. And we are here. Yep. And now, Taryn, this spot has you in it. This is Taryn, the explorer. Oh, look at her. Look at her go. Yep. She always sees pictures of the spot, she says. And she is right. It is so cool. Look at the curves in the walls. Taryn doesn't know how this happens. Taryn, how does it happen?
I think it's wind.
Colin says wind?
Yep.
Huh. Maybe some wind.
Or water over time.
I'm gonna vote wind and water and other such debris. So, two roads once diverged in the wood. And we're taking the one less traveled because the river is traveling that one. And yet we want to hike up this little stream thingy. We'll see. There is a hypothesis that they combine. None of us have been here, so none of us know. Guess we'll find out. Hey, little splishy rocks. Oh, Taryn's slowing down. Batteries winding down. She's about done. We really don't know how far we are.
My watch says 4.5 miles.
So we don't know how far we've gone exactly. We're going by leg hurt, apparently. I don't know. So you said you always wanted to do a slot canyon.
I know.
This totally qualifies.
Yeah, it's super cool.
In every way.
Yep.
Oh, we've got some weeping rocks here, but sunlight coming out up here. Oh yeah. So we think we took the Big Creek turnoff, not on purpose, just because right here we can actually see some trees and some sky. There we go, like trees coming down to us here. We just came out Big Creek, and that water weeping out of the rock is freezing into ice. But the air temperature today is pretty decent. Okay, let's see, signs that people are getting tired. They sit in the ice cold stream. Guys, they're sitting on ice. Ice chunks. Wow, look at this. He shrunk. Yeah, we're about 2.5 hours in, and we're still coming across these awesome sights. And nothing could go wrong here. This is what stopped us up Big Creek. So you get to this one spot and there's this boulder in the way. Maddie could fit around there. She's the smallest of us, but none of the rest of us can get through that crack. And this spot right here, we could totally get to that rock and keep going, but on the way back, we doubt we'd be able to get across there and back up. And that pool we tested is over 5 feet deep, so our dry suits wouldn't work. So this is the end, us and Big Creek. Pretty nice hike, but we'll head back now. Again, a little over 2.5 hours, so we'll see what it takes to get out of here. That's where I came down.
If it was summer and it was warm,
Oh yeah.
I totally would.
Oh, this whole thing would be approached differently if it was summer and warm. We love this little narrow part. And way up there is the sunlight. Okay, I'm on battery number 3. We have ditched the young kids for a bit. We're heading back and letting them go explore something on their own. We're getting sunlight on these cliffs. It doesn't last long, so you got to get it while it's there. And we emerge into the sunlight. And even though we were here a couple hours before hiking the other direction, it's like a whole different place in the sun. Would you agree, Taryn?
Yeah.
She said yes. But she's too busy dragging her stick to talk to me. Would you agree, Taryn? This is awesome.
Yes.
And the sun is nice.
Yes.
Excellent. We're gonna try to take a picture and get this right here. Still beautiful in here though. All right. What happened?
I lost my footing. I'm tired. My ankles are all weak. And I went down and then I just kept going down. Anyways, I ended up like lying all the way back in the water. But I wore my really thick trusty sweatshirt and it like absorbed all of the water.
And you popped up pretty quick.
Yeah, and I came up pretty fast, and so I was just able to take that off, and I'm dry underneath. So.
But down a layer.
Down a layer.
And
Yes.
we each had like 2 pairs of gloves almost on average.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
can see there's
These are-
gloves. Everyone has the wet gloves.
Gloves in there.
Everyone has wet gloves in their pockets. So we're down to our final pairs. Heather's going sans gloves at the moment.
Yes.
But,
You just tuck your one
Yep.
hand in here like this and let it warm up.
but it's just a little bit of being out here.
Yeah. Yes.
Show us your sleeve, Taryn. That whole sleeve is wet. So, anyway,
It's okay.
yep, still having a good time.
Yep.
Just awesome. Maybe we should pause. So we're tired. Taryn's dragging her stick. We've got about a mile to go before we hit the paved trail, but the sun's out now and it kind of washes out in my camera here. I'm gonna try to reset on the sky a little bit to get some color back, but yeah.
I asked her if hiking the Narrows was better than Angel's Landing. And she said the Narrows, because I think Angel's Landing scared the bejeebers out of her. So it's all about preparation. Buy the right clothing and you too can have an enjoyable experience.
Wow. Like there should be an 800 number or something to call after that. You don't worry about them getting lost. There's only one way to go and you know which way the water's flowing. But the young kids caught up to us here in the last half mile or so. And we saw this waterfall earlier. But I feel like it's picked up a little bit with the day warming up a bit. But just super pretty. I always kind of savor the last few moments of a trip, even though you're tired and your muscles are sore. Yeah, Taryn looks like she's gonna fall over. Keep coming, Taryn, you got this. Taryn's stumbling out of the water here. Up ahead where those people are is the end or the beginning, depending on your perspective. Little life lesson there. Endings and beginnings. Anyway, fantastic trip. We'll get a rundown here in a second when we all get out and get to the end of the paved trail back at the parking lot. But until then, we are all kind of pooped. Time for some lunch. So 10.01. How tired are we?
You're true.
You're very
Ready for
tired.
a burrito.
Yes.
Buy a burrito.
Taryn.
Because we bought burritos, so yummy.
I don't
And
want
churros.
burritos. We have to have Mexican food.
Okay, what tips would you give someone who's gonna do this? If you were to do it tomorrow,
You want the stick.
you want the stick,
And wear gloves.
wear gloves. We went,
Waterproof gloves.
Stay on
Waterproof.
the side where
Yeah.
the current is the least.
yeah,
And then use the land as much as possible.
those are all good
That
tips.
makes it easy.
And trust the
The dry
the
suits.
dry suits and the shoes.
And
Oh, yeah.
the socks
And
were
the
The
soft
shoes,
too.
the neoprene socks totally worked.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.